Hi, my name is Vijender Palkar. I will presenting my case analysis on Qantas Airways, focusing on how the company responded after the COVID-19 pandemic. Qantas, as you know, is not just any airline; it's Australia's flag carrier, one of the world's oldest airline, and has always been associated with safety and reliability. But during after COVID-19, Qantas faced very serious challenges, operational, financial, and staff issues. In this presentation, I will explain these problems using system thinking. I will focus on two archetypes. First is shifting the burden, and second is fixes that fail. By the end, I will also share possible solution and open it up for discussion. Uh, let's start. Just wait a minute. I'm sharing my screen with you. Here is my presentation. Yeah, let's start with introduction. Yeah, yeah. Qantas Airways has been flying for over 100 years. It's Australia's national airline and it operates both passenger and cargo flights domestically and internationally. Now, like most airlines, Qantas took a huge hit during COVID. Plans were grounded, travel restrictions, cut flights, and revenue dropped dramatically. After restrictions eased, they tried to bounce back. Some of their decisions worked in the short term, but others created new problems that hurt them in the long run. These included staffing shortages, operational delays, and a drop in customer satisfaction. That's where system thinking become useful because it helps us see that these problems weren't random, they followed predictable problems. Yeah. Here are what are system archetypes. System archetypes are like templates for understanding recurring problems in organizations. They explain why certain mistakes keep happening even in completely different industries. Two archetypes are particularly relevant, as I mentioned, shifting the burden and fixes that fail. Shifting the burden, where a quick fix is used instead of tackling the root cause of the problem. If I talk about fixes that fail, where a short term solution works at first but later cause even bigger issues. When we apply these to Qantas post COVID strategy, we can see exactly how short term thinking led to long term damages. Um, Overview of common archetypes. Let's start with archetype first, which is shifting the burden. Let's start with it. After COVID, Qantas faced serious financial strain. Instead of focusing on rebuilding their internal workforce, they outsourced many roles to third party contractors. At first, this seemed to solve their problems. Labor costs went down and they could get planes back in the air. But outsourcing didn't address the real cause of their operational issues, which was the loss of skilled, experienced in house staff. Over time, this quick fix led to manpower shortages, service delays, and loss of operational control. In other words, they shifted the burden to outside contractors instead of rebuilding their own capabilities. Archetype first, impact and fix. The impact of this decision was significant. Less operational control, service delays, customer dissatisfaction. Less operational control because contractors were not as closely tied to the company's standard, and service delays because temporary workers often needed extra training, and also customer dissatisfaction as reliability dropped. If Qantas had instead invested in rehiring and retraining their own staff, they could have built a stronger foundation for recovery. This would have cost more in the short term but saved them from long term performance problem. Yeah. Move to the archetype second, as I mentioned, which is fixes that fail. Here's what happened. Qantas outsourced their ground handling operations. The people who manage baggage, prepare the aircraft, and make sure flight depart on time. This move saved money right away, but soon delays and cancellation began to increase. The cost of these disruptions in lost revenue and damaged reputation quickly outweighed the original saving. By relying too heavily on outsourcing, Qantas lost in house expertise and weakened quality control. The fix solved one problem, cost, but created other that were even more damaging. Yeah, here, um, impact and fixes of fix. Yeah. The effects were very similar to shifting the burden, lower efficiency, more customer complaints, and also damage to the brand and dependency on outside vendor. Lower efficiency because outsourced team were less integrated into Qantas operations. More customer complaints because especially about lost luggage and delayed flights. Damage to the brand, which is especially dangerous in the airline industry where trust is essential. Dependency on outside vendor, meaning less flexibility when problem arose. The better long term approach would have to keep critical work in house, or at least maintain a strong core team while outsourcing only overflow tasks. That way they could protect their operational quality while still managing costs. Yeah. Linking both archetypes, so when we put both archetypes together, a clear pattern emerges in both cases. Qantas choose short-term cost saving over long-term stability. These choices brought immediate relief, which made them tempting, but they weakened the company's ability to operate effectively in the future. This is a common trap in many organizations. Under pressure, leaders often go for the fastest visibility result, but those results may hidden deeper problems that will resurface later, often worse than before. The key lesson here is balance. Balancing shorter survival with long-term resilience. Last but not the least is conclusion. To conclude, Qantas Airways experience is a clear reminder that quick fixes can backfire. System thinking and especially outstanding these archetypes can help leaders avoid repeating the same mistake. The main takeaway is simple: identify the root cause of a problem, resist the temptation to rely only on quick fixes, build strategies that protect both short term performance and long term health. In an industry like aviation, where service quality, safety, and trust are critical, this balance is even more important. Qantas' story is a cautionary tale, but also a valuable learning opportunity for other business. That's all. Thank you so much.